Hey guys, West Coast Taco here. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do a quick review on my Bug Deflector 2 by AVS, as well as the Rainguards. The Rainguards are the in-channel smoke. It's a 4-piece kit that you get when you order this. I ordered both of these on Amazon, but I will put a link in the description to both of these items. And if you guys have any questions, feel free, as always, to hit me up in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to help. And I usually try to respond as soon as I get notified if I can. So starting off with this Bug Deflector, guys, I spent about 6 years living on the East Coast, all up and down from Pennsylvania down to North Carolina. And for you guys that live in an area where there are a lot of bugs, these Bug Deflectors, in my opinion, do work pretty well. At the time I had a GMC Sierra, and the difference between me not having the Bug Deflector to after the point of installing it was a huge difference. So from a usable standpoint, I would say if you guys live in an area or portion of the country where there's a lot of bugs, definitely go for it. For me, in Southern California, we don't get a lot of bugs, but we do get the occasional bug that will splat on the windshield or the flying rock on the freeway. So for me, I figured for 50 bucks, it would be a good thing to have on my truck. I also really like the way it kind of lifts the front of the hood in regards to the look of it. It provides more of an aggressive brow across the front, and I like it a lot. So from an aesthetic point, I think it looks phenomenal, and I would do it just for that. But it also serves a purpose as protecting my windshield and my hood from flying rocks and bugs. So that's kind of like a 2-for-1 bonus there. In regards to the rain guards, I like the way it looks on the truck. I think it kind of completes the windows. But for you guys that live in an area where you guys get a lot of rain, here in Southern California, we don't get a lot of rain, but we actually have gotten some over this weekend. But when I lived on the East Coast and we had a lot of rain and snow, they work really well, especially if you need to have your windows rolled down because you're at a drive-through or you're talking to somebody. They do a good job of keeping your window controls and locking controls dry and kind of keep the rain and the weather from getting inside of your truck. Also, if you sometimes accidentally forget to roll up your window, I've seen a couple guys kind of get saved actually by these because their truck may have gone completely just drenched without them. So they do serve a purpose as well, and they're not just aesthetic by any means. So going forward, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the troubleshooting I did and let you guys know what I did to kind of get these to look the way they look and function the way they function. So the first thing I'll make note of, and you guys know me from some of the stuff I mentioned before, when you guys buy this Bug Deflector, there's like an AVS logo that is attached to the front of the Bug Deflector. That one, it'll peel right off, and then use some Goo Gone just to kind of remove the residue from it, and you guys should have no issues there. It's really easy to remove. In regards to the rain guards, AVS kind of screen prints a little AVS logo right up here. The best way to remove that, guys, before you guys install it on the truck, spray a little bit of Goo Gone. Try to keep it away from the 3M taping that you're going to find along here that's on this rain guard, but try to just spray a little Goo Gone on here, leave it sitting for maybe about 2 to 5 minutes, then get a microfiber. Don't use an abrasive scratching pad or a brush. Get a microfiber towel and then slowly gently rub on it, and it will slowly start to come off with the Goo Gone. And then repeat that process a couple times if you have to, but I would highly recommend not using like a Scotch-Brite pad or something like that, because I've done that before. I did it with my Sierra, and you have all these little fine scratches up here. Use the Goo Gone and a microfiber towel, and you will have success. Just be patient, it'll work. Lastly, the infamous rain guard catching on the window right here. So for you guys that have these and you roll your window up and it catches and stops and rolls back down, or it gets jammed and you got to push the rain guard from the inside, pushing it out to get the glass to roll up, I'm going to share with you a tip on what I did after I installed them. I actually kind of wish I would have done this before I installed them, just to ensure I wasn't going to have any issues. So I'm going to share that with you and kind of go over the process. I am holding my camera with my other hand, so I apologize if this looks a little awkward, but I'm going to kind of show you step by step on what I did. So the biggest item in this whole process that provided me success was this rotary tool. I got this from Harbor Freight for around 50 bucks. I've used it a lot since I bought it, not just on the truck, but in my home as well. So if you guys don't have one of these for $40, I think it's a pretty decent deal, and you'll get a lot of use out of it. It comes with a bunch of little grinding stones, as well as some sandpaper tools that you can attach to it, and it's a cordless charging power tool, and it worked great. So I used the power tool. I put the smallest grinding stone that came with the kit on it, and then I used a couple Q-tips. I used a little glue gun, as I had mentioned, to get it off the AVS decals and screen printing off the rain guards. And here's the microfiber towel. So first things first, what I did is I took this microfiber towel and I slid it inside of the glass slot. We'll call this the glass slot for now. And why did I do this? Because as you're grinding down this portion of the plastic, little shavings are going to come off, and to keep them from getting inside of where the window's at and maybe scratching your window tint or something like that, you know, it's one of those things that if like you don't do it, you know, nothing may happen, but it, you know, you could prevent something from happening. So I'd recommend just trying to cover this little area. And also the microfiber tends to, you know, catch and hold things pretty well. So any plastic shavings that fall, it'll stick to the microfiber, kind of save you some mess and clean up later. So stick that in there really well. Make sure it's not going anywhere. And then get your rotary tool. This thing's really easy to use, really simple. You got different power settings. Right now it's on setting 3. That's where it goes to automatically turn it on. But you can turn it down to 2 and 1. I think I pretty much ran mine at like 2 and 3 the whole time I did this. And yeah, it worked really well. So what I did was I got this grinding stone, and I grind it all the way up and down this plastic piece. I didn't touch the actual rubber sealant of my window slot, but what I did was I just grinded up and down on this plastic portion until that portion kind of lost the lip that used to stick out. There used to be a piece of plastic that would stick out right here, and that's what the window would catch on. So I grinded that down with the rotary tool, and after about, I don't know, 3 to 4 minutes of doing it, I tried the window, and since then it has worked flawlessly and has not caught. So whether it's happening on your driver's side, your passenger side, or one of your rear windows, hopefully this will provide you some help to kind of work through that, because this little tool here, this rotary tool, fixed that issue for me, and it's been working flawlessly ever since. So for 45 bucks to use it on this and then other items in your house or on your vehicle, I think it's well worth it. Lastly, what I did after I was done shaving it down is I got some Q-tips and I dabbed these in water to make them nice and moist and help the plastic to stick to them, because the plastic will kind of turn into more like a powder as you're grinding it down. So soak these little guys in a little bit of water and then use this to clean up in and around this whole area to pick up the plastic shavings that were either powder or too fine to really fall down to the microfiber. And that's it. So like I said, guys, if you guys want to install these like I did first and see if you have any issues, go for it. But I mean, I did everything by the book. Man, I used the wipes that come with these to clean out these window slots all the way around really well to make sure that I didn't have any issues with it sticking. And not only did I use the wipes, but I also got paper towels and extra alcohol to really make sure that there was no dirt or debris that was, you know, attached to this windowsill area on the inside portion. And still, after I did that, I left my windows up for, I believe it was like 96 hours or maybe 5 or 6 days. I mean, I left it up for a while. I think the directions say to leave it up for 72. So I went above and beyond that just to really see, you know, if me leaving it longer would allow the adhesive to really, you know, apply and stick. And it did. I mean, I don't have any issues with them sticking, but regardless, that plastic was still catching on the window and it was super annoying. So if I would have gone back and done it all over again, I would have probably grinded these corners down really well first with my rotary tool before I installed it, because it would have been just easier. You could skip all these steps here, just grind that corner down, and then install it, and you guys will hopefully have no issues. And if you do, you guys can always go back like I'm doing here and re-grind if necessary. But that seemed to work the best and didn't give me a bunch of heartache. So if you guys are looking for a way to fix or troubleshoot your rain guards, there you go. That's what I did. That's what I recommend doing, and that's what I did to accomplish the easy use and ability to let these function with my windows going up and down. In regards to the bug deflector, guys, no troubleshooting there. Make sure you guys get the right one for the right year of your truck. My third gen Tacomas are pretty straightforward. I remember when I first got my 07 GMC Sierra, it was like the newer models, not the classic models. And I had to work through that a little bit because the first one I got didn't fit because it was made for the classic truck. And then I had to get the other one that was made for the newer model. So with these guys, super simple. You will notice that AVS makes a bunch of different cuts, or at least a few. I believe the other one they have, it just gets cut off right here, and then one is like a super slick, and it actually just kind of like goes over the portion, and it doesn't lift at all like this one does. So this is the Bug Deflector 2. I really like the way it looks on the truck. Once again, I think it looks great. I think it provides a nice aggressive stance and front lift to that hood. And yeah, overall very happy with it, guys. So once again, you guys have any questions, any comments, any thoughts, any troubleshooting issues, something I wasn't covering or it wasn't super clear in the video, hit me up in the comments section. More than happy to help. I try to be really quick on my responses so that way I don't leave you guys hanging if you're trying to pull the trigger on something really quick or you're in the process of actually doing it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. Once again, take care, guys. Any questions, hit me up and I'll be here. Talk to you soon. See ya.